Okay.
I'm going to break 2 minutes in the 1K.
In the 1K.
By sheer coincidence.
All right, they're off. Let's go, Tom! Let's go! Finish strong, finish strong! All the way in! Alright guys, it's Thursday night, April 8th, 9:26 p.m. I have practice tomorrow morning at 6:15, and at practice we're doing a series of time trials. Pretty sure I'm going to be doing a 2K. There's a slight chance I'll be doing a 600 instead, but most likely a 2K. And gotta say, I'm pretty nervous but also pretty pumped for this at the same time. I guess I'm mostly nervous because it's my first hard effort in what, like 16 months or so, ever since December of 2019. That was the last time that I put forth a good hard running effort, and my last hard effort on the track was back in May of 2019. Yeah, it's crazy to think about now. This injury I've been dealing with on and off for a really long time has really set me back, and a little under a year ago today I was probably in the worst shape I have been in literally in like all of high school. Since the beginning of freshman year, it was that bad. And I'm very happy to say that training over the past couple of weeks has been going surprisingly well, as you can see from some of my more recent workout videos. And I'm confident that I'm fit and healthy enough to put forth a good effort in tomorrow's time trial. If I end up doing a 2K, which is most likely what's going to happen, I think I'm making my goal 6:35-ish. And if I do a 1600, I want to make my goal 5:08. So I'll see how close I can get to those goals. I think it's entirely possible for me to have overestimated my fitness and I end up running considerably slower. And I also think it's entirely possible that I'm in way better shape than I think I am. So we're just going to have to wait and find out. But yeah, I should really head off to bed. It's 9:29. I gotta be awake in about 8.5 hours. I want to make sure I get enough sleep, which has been a struggle lately with school and stuff. But yeah, oh man, so long since I felt that race kind of feeling. Too long. I miss it. I miss the pain. I miss all aspects of it, but it's all gonna come back. See ya. Until tomorrow. Let's see what happens. It's go time, baby. Well, technically not yet, but it's about to be.
What?
It's about to be go time.
It's about that time.
Alright guys, just about halfway done my warm-up. Not running with the guys right now because I forgot my water bottle back at the gym where we started, so I'm gonna go get that real quick. But I can sense that today is gonna be a good day. Everyone may seem pretty relaxed right now, but I think secretly we're fired up and ready to go. We'll see how this goes. See ya.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to break 2 minutes in the 1K.
In the 1K.
Are you sure about that?
Ooh, okay. Big goals, big goals.
Yeah, I think, that's manageable. That's possible.
Alright. You think, would you say you're a trainer?
And if it goes bad, I would say maybe 210, 205 at the worst.
Okay, sounds good. Nice. Well then, the viewers want to know what distance are you running and what time are you going for?
600, and I want to
one thing.
All right. Thank God, Evan. The viewers want to know what distance are you running and what time are you going for?
600, hoping for 94. That's 2 minute pace. So
All right.
I don't want to lose the top. He's running another lap.
Okay.
Probably good at finding. It ends up at 2 minutes flat.
There.
For what? 2 minutes flat for
This matched the world record of smithereens.
I think it was 2:34 last year. Probably 2:30.
All right. All the viewers are desperately wondering what distance are you running and what time are you going for?
3K and I don't know.
Okay.
I'm shooting for a 9:30, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
All right, sounds good. Pretty much done with our warm-up right now. We just finished up our 15-minute jog, 3 strides, and then 2-minute tempo, and then 2 more strides. And now we're getting ready for some of these mid-distance guys to get off on their 600s and 1Ks. And then we'll be good to go. What the frick? How did you get this time by Mo Farah?
What? It's a long story. I'll tell you after the race.
All right, yeah, go. Go ahead. In case Mo, you're watching, we're fans and we think you'll win the Tokyo 2021 10K final. Totally. Against Joshua Sheptica and all those people. All right, they're off. Shoot, and they out quick. Let's go, guys. We might actually see a sub 130. I think Evan was out in like 59. And I think Tom and Alder are out in like 62. Just so you guys know, Evan in first place is doing a 600, Alden in last place is doing a 600 also, Tom in second place is doing a 1K. Let's go, Evan! All the way in, all the way in! Let's go, Evan! Sub 130! Let's go, Tom! Go, one more lap, that's it, that's it. Go all that, finish strong. Alright, 200 to go for Tom. I think he went out like 210, 211-ish. Pretty good if you ask me. Let's go, Tom! Let's go! Finish strong, finish strong! All the way in! Got around 244-ish. All right, time for our race. Good effort.
Oh, do it, Tom.
What?
They're up, dude. Come on, please.
His head's pounding. I'm telling him to let it hang. Yeah. For the camera. Lack of oxygen. strong, stay strong. All pure, all pure. Oh, way in, oh, way in. Come on. Finish. Let's go, Aaron. Keep going, keep going. Alright, Alden, what do you have to report about your race?
I'm not used to running fast. It's been a while,
Makes sense.
but I'm just happy to be here.
Tell them what you have to report about your race.
I fell a little bit short of my 2-minute goal. You know, I ended about 2:45, so I figure if it weren't for my mask, I'd probably be too flat.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, a good 45-second difference between that. But
Yeah, of course.
good to get out and race.
Evan, what do you have to report about your race?
So I wanted to do about 90. Did about 90. Did pretty good. It was more fun watching everyone else though.
Oh yeah, I can say the same for me. Zoe, what about you?
It was hard. I think I went out too fast. Then I got stopped. But it was fun.
Alright, it's fine.
It is done. Alright, so now it is 9:23 a.m. I just finished practice and ate breakfast and came back to my dorm. And I gotta say, it went pretty well. I'm sure you saw in the video already probably what time I ran, or if not, my official time for the 2K is 6:41.46. So there you go. My goal going into this was 6:35 to 6:40ish, and I pretty much hit it, or was just very slightly behind, which honestly I'm pretty happy with, because going into this, like right before the race started, my legs were honestly feeling kind of dead, and I wasn't sure if they were gonna be ready to go. Yeah, honestly, right before, I figured I might just be happy running like in the 650s, honestly, because I noticed that in the 600 that was run beforehand, the conditions really got to some of my teammates. Not even as much the conditions as much as the lack of a race environment, and a bunch of us coming out at like 7 a.m. just randomly deciding to do a time trial. You know, it didn't feel quite like the race, and I think when we start actually racing, we're going to be able to run a lot faster, which is a big confidence booster both to me and the rest of my teammates. Anyway, considering that a couple of my teammates right beforehand didn't exactly have their best races, I thought that the same might happen for me, and I thought that because of that, maybe 650s was more of a realistic goal. So that's kind of what I was going for. I was hoping maybe roughly 80, low 80s, kind of like that for my splits. In terms of how the race played out, so I was running with my teammate Julian, who was doing a 3K, and coach told him right beforehand, try to run around 77, 78. And I think the first lap he hit right around that, because he went out pretty quick, like well ahead of me the first 200 meters, which you probably saw in the video. And I went out in like 39 or something. He probably went out in like 36, 37. And then his 400 was probably like an 878 or something. And my first 400 was a 82.08. And I was kind of shocked when I heard my coach tell me what my first split was, because I honestly thought that I was running a little faster. But I knew that it wasn't a big deal. It's just the first lap. It doesn't really mean anything in grand scheme of things. I just got to keep it consistent and keep the pressure on. And I made sure that the gap between me and Julian didn't increase, or at least not much. So next lap, I tried to keep it consistent, and I ended up running 243.89 as my 800 split. The gap between me and Julian was about the same. And then third lap, I kept it consistent, actually picked it up a bit. It was 404.87 for my 1200, which is a 80.98 last lap. And the gap between me and Julian was still about the same. And then this is where things start to get interesting. At about 1300 meters into the race, I started picking it up a bit to try to close the gap on Julian. And then I ended up actually catching him with about 500 meters to go, so about 1500 meters into the race. And then I wanted to conserve as much energy as possible, so I just lashed onto him until 400 meters to go, where I split 524.16, so that was a 79.29 last lap. So as you can see, I've been picking it up every single lap. With 400 meters to go, I decided to just book it, honestly, and I noticed that the first 200 on my last lap was like a 37 or something. At that point, I wasn't even thinking anymore. I was just thinking go, go, go. And I think I might have kicked a little bit too early because the last 100 meters I was completely dead. Despite that, I was still able to close pretty well for my last lap overall, even though I slowed a lot the last 200 meters in my last lap. I ended up running 641.46 overall with a 77.3 last lap. Yeah, that's pretty much how the race played out. I'm very happy with it because I think that in a better race environment, I could have run way faster. And I think the time in of itself isn't exactly the best indicator for where my fitness is at. I'm not as much focused on the time as I am about the effort, and that's the same thing that our coach said. He said he wasn't as much focused on the time because he understood that the environment isn't quite there for us to run fast. So I know I'm in much better shape than this time would otherwise indicate. And even then, I'm still like okay with this time. Last night, I was hoping to run somewhere in the 6:30s, and I wasn't even too far behind that. It shows that even though I'm not where I used to be, I'm still in fairly decent shape, and only way is up from here. And who knows what we're gonna do by the end of the season. My next race is going to be in 2 weeks. I'm probably gonna do a 1500. Who knows what will happen? Maybe I can run like a sub 440. Maybe like 438, which would be a sub 5 1600 meter equivalent. Yeah, who knows? We'll just have to wait to see what happens. I don't want to speculate too much though, because the grind doesn't stop. I just need to keep my head to the grindstone and keep putting in the work, keep getting in the mileage, keep consistently doing these workouts, and the results will speak for themselves. Only way is up from here. See ya.